Greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and we've taken a short break here from talking about who do they counter and who counters them. Christmas kind of gave us some time off, but it's time to return to this and talk about two more early game teams that almost everybody has on their roster in some form or another. It's going to be our Palpatine and Vader teams and our Phoenix teams featuring Captain Rex and Hera. Who do they counter and who counters them? Let's go straight to the stats. For the information, we're going to look right at SWGOH.gg, a recurring and constant resource in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We start right off the bat. By the way, what I've done here is I have removed all datacrons. I probably should have done this in earlier iterations of this series. I didn't. I'm going to keep all datacrons out of it just to show a pure counter here, because obviously, if you get the Phoenix in there against a Reva and they have like a Revacron or something, it's going to make things much more difficult. So different datacrons can make things more difficult. So you're going to see a little bit lower battle total in here, but you're going to see pure battles, no datacrons on the attacker or defender side. You can see right off the bat, the Phoenix on offense have a 75% win percentage. They're doing pretty good. They're killing Geos for you. And by the way, for this queue for offense and for both of them, for Palpatine and Vader and for the Phoenix, I'm going to put two characters in for the queue. I'm going to put Hera and Captain Rex in only for the Phoenix, because the other three, while I think that top team there is the ideal match. You look up there at the top, if you're looking at Hera and Rex and Chopper and Kanan and Sabine, that is generally agreed upon to be the meta, the best team for your Phoenix. And for Palpatine and Vader, there's a lot of mixing and matching for Palpatine and Vader. I generally think people are going to be putting Thrawn on there in early game, putting Tarkin on there. Maybe you got Mara Jade, maybe you don't. We're going to focus on just the top two characters, Hera, Captain Rex, and then on the other side, Palpatine and Vader, and let the rest of it fill in itself. So we're countering Geos. That's more of an early to mid-game thing. Hey, we're countering General Grievous. Pretty easy counter there. We got Whopper for that, though, don't we? Night Sisters with Marin. I'll take that. 92%. That's a really good win rate against Night Sisters with Marin. I'll take that all day long with your Phoenix. Mirror matches here. It's only 97.5% against the... This is 2.5% of the time your phone kicks out, or the girlfriend's tapping the phone, or the boyfriend. I don't know. Somebody's tapping your phone and making lose because you're not... Listen to your partners. Listen to your partners. When you don't, you end up with 90. Don't be part of the 2.5%. Listen to your partner. All right, or play your game on the toilet when you don't need to listen. You know, anyway. All right, Grand Inquisitor. The Phoenix are built to counter Inquisitors. That's what we know. That is true. That is how things work. The Phoenix are built to counter CLS. That is what we know. That is true. That is how things work. Inquisitors and CLS are automatic counters, and so those are really good ways to use the Phoenix on your roster in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Let's keep going down here a little bit. Boy, that's really low, actually. When you put... Where's that previous Phoenix mirror? When Sabine is in there, it's 97.5%. When Zeb is in there, it goes down to 79%. That's kind of embarrassing, actually. Sabine is kind of a monster. I really love Sabine on this team. Hey, 65% against the Gungans. That's nothing to shake a stick at. I'll take that every day of the week. And in Territory Wars, I think it goes even better if you've got the Hera Territory War Omicron on. You could just gonna take out those Gungans every single time. There's Grievous again. We're gonna keep scrolling here. Boy, different results. Okay, there's a Captain Rex. Hang on. I looked at the light. Is it going to stop? Okay, the sneeze stopped because I looked at the light. That's how you do that. If you're going to sneeze and you look at a light, it makes the sneeze back up into your brain. Now, that may not be good for you. It's a sneeze there waiting to explode my brain, but... Or our brains are all going to explode at some point anyway, aren't they? I mean, it happens to all of us at one point or another. Probably I'm closer than most of you. Anywho, look, here's Reva. 78% against Reva with no datacrons involved on either side. That's pretty darn good for a character like Reva that can counter Galactic Legends. I'll take that win rate all day long. However, it should be noted that unaligned Force users and Inquisitors tend to get a lot of datacrons in this game. So there's usually a datacron that's making this team a little bit more difficult to deal with than 78%. So just keep that in mind. Ewoks, Who cares? Bounty hunters, who cares? Gas, 16%. That's not working. Don't do them against gas. Don't use them against gas here. I think that's a pretty good set of counters right there. Bad Batch is smoking the Bad Batch like nobody's business. Finn with Zori, 73%. That's a pretty good counter rate. Not like the best ever. Shock T, that's actually lower than I would really think. Shock T is actually holding better than Zori Bliss here. That's really interesting. I'm trying to think of why that might be. Maybe it's because of all the counterattacks? I don't know. That's an interesting one. Again, killing Inquisitors with Abandon, and I think that's going to be all of our offensive counters. Let's pull over to Phoenix on defense and see who counters the Phoenix. 41% against Jedi Knight Revan. That's not a good one either. Now, who's going to counter the Phoenix on defense? Now, you may think this is going to look a lot like the offense, as if it's the same counters both ways. It's kind of going to be that way. Gas is going to counter your Phoenix. CLS is just a fail. The Phoenix Captain Rex specifically is built to counter CLS by giving all sorts of benefits to your team and directs with assists against them. So you don't really want to use CLS against a Phoenix team. It's just not the way to go. Wampa's not doing anything. Geos are struggling there, 41%. Grievous, I mean, we're looking at all the same. Traya, smoking them, just destroying. If you want to kill Phoenix, actually, you want to kill a lot of stuff in this game. Traya is the way to go. I think that's actually a big old overkill there at 97%. That's a 3% phone crashing, girlfriend tapping kind of thing right there. Let's keep going down here. Traya, yeah, that's the counters we're seeing so far. Darth Revan crushing Phoenix, no problem at all. Tuskens, there's a nice one. 504 battles. Tuskens manhandling the Phoenix. I like, that's a fun one. Tuskens also handles CLS, I believe, so that's really good to see. I like seeing Tuskens taking out your Phoenix here. That's a good one, especially for a lot of you guys out there that bought those Tusken bundles, to know that if you see some Phoenix on defense, you can take them, baby, and it doesn't feel like you're using that big of a team to do it, so I like that. I like that one a lot. Imperial Troopers, okay, 68%. That's kind of a hit or miss, probably mod-related, and maybe he's also gear-related there as well. Spring there, Kylo Ren, 99.74%. There is the perfect example, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not want to be part of the 0.26%, you need a reliable internet connection, and 2, you need to pay attention to your partner. When you don't listen to your partner, they tap your phone to make you lose battles. You've all had it happen. My wife thinks it's funny. Let's move on. Let's see here. No, yeah, a lot of the oppo here is exactly what you would expect it to be. Night Sister's not working. Bounty Hunter's not working. Bad Batch not working. Who else not working? Grievous not working. Sith Eternal working. Wampa not working. So there you go. That's who counters the Phoenix, and that's who the Phoenix counter. Let's turn our attention over to this team right here. Our Palpatine with Vader team, not doing so well against the Phoenix, that's for sure. Now, something important to be said about using a team with Palpatine and Vader on it, because this is like an early farm, right? You unlock Palpatine early, you get Darth Vader early, you put them together, you get a lot of magic in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Very early on, they are the primary Geonosian counter. They take out Geonosians easily. Sometimes Vader can do it by himself. As the game moves forward and you unlock Starkiller, all of a sudden Vader gets replaced on this team by Starkiller. You get some light side characters in there. Everything kind of changes up. You do see a lot of Mara Jade up here. We're going to get to a lot of non-Mara Jade. I'm surprised this is only 82%. Probably just because there weren't enough Empire and Sith on the team. So, hey, look at this, guys. We're crushing Geos. Hands down, getting it done. We're taking care of Grievous at a 58% rate. What else we got? 98% against Phoenix without Captain Rex. We're not really killing any big teams here. Night Sisters are doing okay against. There's Grievous again at 50%. That doesn't look like a very good Grievous counter. Starkiller would do it, obviously. Not going to be a good gas counter, even with Mara Jade in there. Don't go up against those gas teams. Phoenix with Captain Rex, don't do that. We're not seeing a lot of productive activity from Palpatine and Vader in the game early, especially early, other than killing Geos, to be honest. There's some Ewoks there. Padme's kind of a coin flip. If you get it done right, it works. If Padme gets the advantage a little bit, you're going straight down with that one. I'd imagine that depends on who they attack first on that team. Geos, 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 and more Geos. You can see that when you take Datacrons out of the equation, and by the way, by the time we get up to heavy Datacron usage, people are going to have Starkiller anyway, so there's not a lot of point at looking at what this team does when there are Datacrons applied. So Palpatine and Vader, mostly Geos, is who that you farm them early to take out the Geos, you build up to your Starkiller team later. They're taking out Bounty Hunters too. They're not even really good against Jedi Knight Revan. They're not doing much here against teams except for like old traditional Night Sister teams, Bounty Hunter teams, Geonosians. It's a little embarrassing when you look at the offensive output of Palpatine and Darth Vader here in Galaxy of Heroes. Bad Batch are taking care of them pretty well. That's interesting. You probably get the jump on them with the turn meter, that's for sure. By the way, Mara Jade in Territory Wars makes this team so much better because she gives Palpatine an immediate turn at the beginning of the battle. But yeah, a little disappointing offensive output here from the Dark Lord of the Sith and his evil Emperor Master. You'd expect to see them doing a lot more work here in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes that they're just not pulling off. Hey, there's Mon Mothma. That's an old Mon Mothma team though that they're doing there. So not very exciting. Just put them out there, kill your Geos, and then I guess move on and go get Starkiller so you can do say killing Zori Bliss here. That's something, I guess. Now we're taking a look at Palpatine and Vader on defense. I'm just going to tell you up front, I don't think this is the place to use them. I don't even like Palpatine with Starkiller on defense. I just think there's ways to beat those teams. CLS is crushing it. Gas is crushing it. People are going to have too many tools to use against your Palpatine team. I don't know why people are... How did this Geo team work? There's no Mara Jade, so Geos beat that's just kind of weird there. These are some weird turnarounds here. I guess Grievous is 50% on defense and 40% on offense. Darth Revan's killing it, obviously. Wampa's even taking care of it here. That's surprising with Mara Jade over there. I'm really actually surprised that at 73% with what's the difference here? This is just a different order. No, this is Tarkin instead of Royal Guard. Royal Guard's better on defense. I just don't like this team on defense for a lot of reasons. I really think if you've got Palpatine and Vader on your roster, especially early to mid-game, because that's where you're going to be using them, that you should be using them as an offensive tool. Find teams that you can beat. Specifically, we looked at just the Geos there as the main counter therefore. While you're working your way up to a Starkiller team, there's just too many ways to counter this team. It doesn't present a lot of danger to your opponents. They're going to have CLS, or they're going to have Phoenix, or they're going to have Gas, or they're going to have Darth Revan, or they're going to have Wampa, or they're going to have, I don't know, what else is over here? Jedi Knight Revan, or they're going to have Imperial Troopers, or they're going to have Night Sisters. Now, that's interesting. This team wipes Night Sisters on defense, although with Marin, maybe it's not true. They're going to have these teams to kill. It's just not a very good defensive team. It fits more on offense where you can tailor it to what you want attacking. And there you go. That is it for the Phoenix and Palpatine Vader. Who do they counter? Who counters them? Mostly for our early to mid-game users because we took Datacrons out of the picture altogether. Let me know what you think. Is there some success or failures that I'm missing here that you're having? Put them in the comments. Love to hear about it. Have a great day. I will definitely talk to all of you very soon. And of course, always, always remember, hey, it's too good.